Sarika Goel for the second talk of this evening. So Sarika is a faculty member at Bennett University, Greater Noida. She is PhD from IIT Delhi. She completed her PhD in the year 2015, and yeah, she will be talking about existence results for fractional Kirchhoff equations with Coquard exponential nonlinearity. Over to you, Sarika.
Thank you for your nice introduction. So the title of my talk is Existence Results for Fractional Kirchhoff Equation with Coquard Exponential Nonlinearity. So this is the joint work with Dr. Tuhina Mukherjee. So these are the outline of my talk: introduction, applications, main result and idea of its scope, and then references. So in the introduction, first I will give brief introduction about the fractional Soholo spaces. Then I will come to the fractional journal, fractional PDE and its variational setup. Then I will discuss the work which I have done with my calibrator and the main result and brief idea about its scope. So first of all, I define what is fractional Soholo spaces. Basically, it is for S belonging to 0 and 1, P from 1 to infinity, we define WSP for Soholo spaces of order S and P is exponent P of omega, where omega is any open set, as U is in LP such that this quantity belongs to LP of omega cross omega, and it is a Banach space Indo with this norm, and for P is equal to 2 it becomes Hilbert space. And these are the embeddings which is known as the fractional Soholo spaces embedding. So for omega open and bounded with smooth boundary, for S belonging to 0, 1 and P lying between 1 to infinity, in case if n is greater than Ps, WSP can be embedded into LQ for every Q belonging to 1 to NP upon n minus SP, and it is compact when it is when Q is not equal to NP upon n minus SP. In case n is equal to SP, WSP can be embedded into LQ for every Q belonging to P to infinity, and this embedding is compact. And if SP is greater than S, then WSP omega can be embedded into C0 alpha with alpha is equal to SP minus n upon P. So the exponent NP upon n minus P is known as fractional critical exponent. So basically these fractional Soholo spaces, these are useful when we study the fractional PDE. So first let me introduce, suppose the problem PF is given. So this is P fractional Laplacian of U is equal to f of x comma u in omega, and u is 0 on Rn minus omega. So the variational setup for this fractional Laplacian in case of P is equal to 2, that is given by Sarvadei and Valdinosi in 2012, and for journal P that is studied by me and Srinath in 2015. So for n greater than equal to Ps, omega which is open and bounded domain with smooth boundary. So we want to study, so we are looking here for the variational setup for this type of equation. In general, this fractional Laplacian operator can be defined in many ways, but the way which we are defining that has the variational setup. So for n strictly greater than Ps, the nonlinearity f of xu will be behaving like a polynomial kind of thing, and when n is equal to Ps case, then nonlinearity is become exponential type of u. So basically what is the idea, as we can see this exponent in the Soholo embedding, what is the critical exponent? The critical exponent is np upon n minus Ps. So when n approaches to Ps, this quantity become infinity. So it means that the nonlinearity will behave like exponential kind of thing. So that is why whenever we study any PD, in case of n is equal to Ps, so the nonlinearity will always behave like exponential kind of thing, and whenever we are studying n is greater than Ps, in that case nonlinearity will behave like polynomial kind of thing. And one more thing, as s approaches to 1, it the fractional Laplacian thing will reduces to the usual Laplacian. So if I am taking in general P, that reduces to P Laplacian. So the P fractional Laplacian that is defined in this form, this is defined in the integral form, and this is a P fractional Laplacian operator is also known as non-local, because if we calculate the value of fractional P Laplacian at any point, we need to know the function and in whole of the domain, but that is not the case with the usual Laplacian. So one can study this type of equation for general non-local operator. So I am giving you this minus LKU is equal to f of x comma u in omega, and u is equal to 0 on Rn minus omega. So here the non-local operator which is defined as given by this integral. So one can note that if I take kx to be particularly 1 upon x to the power n plus ps, this non-local operator, general non-local operator, reduces to the p fractional Laplace operator. And if k satisfying these 1, 2, and 3 properties. So one can study this, one can also study this general operator rather than the p fractional Laplacian operator, because that covers the p fractional Laplace operator. So one more thing, due to this non-localness operator, we consider the function space as x naught. We don't work with WSP, because as you have seen in WSP, in the norm we have integration over omega cross omega, but the space that we are defining here, that has an interaction between omega and its omega complement. So we consider x as all those g which are measurable function. G restricted to omega is in LP, and this quantity is in LPQ. Basically, LPQ is nothing but R2n minus omega complement cross omega complement. So the space X, if I endow with this norm, that becomes the Banach space. So if I am working with this problem, so here U is 0 on Rn minus omega. So for that, what I am defining x naught as all those g in x naught, x, such that g is 0 almost everywhere in Rn minus omega. And I am considering z with this norm. In that case, x naught become Banach space, and in general for p is equal to 2, it becomes the Hilbert space. And moreover, this knob, this involves the interaction between omega and Rn minus omega. And one can easily see that x naught and the space x, whatever we have defined, these are the subset of WSP omega. And the embedding, the same embedding, so embedding works with this space x naught itself also. So as we know that if we want to find the existence multiplicity of given PDE, basically what we do, we identify the solution, we talk about the weak solution, and we identify those solution as a critical point of some energy functional. So the same here, we are defining a function u in x naught is a weak solution of the problem PF if you satisfy this equation, and we are identify this weak solution as a critical point of the functional j, which is given by this. And one can easily see that j is pressure differentiable, and j prime of u at phi is given by this equation. And with this variational setup, one can find the solution as usual critical point here. So basically, recently this non-local operator or the fractional operator, many author has a lot of interest to study this non-local operator because of many applications in engineering. So one can see like quasi-geostrophic equations, Fractal-Burger equation, stochastic differential equation. So as I have written some equation, and one can note that this fractional thing is appearing here. So similarly, in the fractal conservation law, it's also appearing minus Laplacian to the power, to the power alpha, similarly in the Factor-Burger equation. So now I come to the problem which I have done with Dr. Suhina. So here minus m of u I have taken, so this is basically n by s I have taken. So it means n is equal to, I am in the case of n is equal to psk. So here the nonlinearity will behave like exponential kind of thing. So this m is Kirchhoff operator and this is fractional Laplace operator. And in the right hand side you are saying here one integral term is also there. So here I am assuming this is Coccard type nonlinearities. And u is 0 in Rn minus omega. So omega is bounded domain with Lipschitz boundary and is greater than equal to 1, s lying between 0 to 1, and g behave like exponential, and this quantity is known as n by s. Like earlier I am saying it's p fractional Laplace operator. So if I am taking p to be n by s, so it is known as n by s fractional Laplace operator, which is defined as same as I have defined earlier. So basically such type of problems, these are motivated by the Hardy-Littlewood-Sokolov inequality and the Moser-Teddinger inequality. So this is the Hardy-Littlewood-Sokolov inequality for t and r greater than 1 and mu lying between 0 to 1 with this condition. G is in LTRN and H is LR of Rn. We can find there exists a constant C such that this equation 2.1 hold. In particular, if t is equal to r is equal to 2n upon 2n minus mu, then this constant is explicitly defined. And when g is multiple of h, then in that case, inequality is becomes the equality, and these are and one can find these minimizers. Hx is in this form. So now before defining the Moser-Teddinger inequality, I denote W, I define WS n by S node delta, that is the solar spaces as a completion of CC infinity with respect to this norm. So basically in 2015, Martinezzi proved this Moser-Teddinger inequality. So for omega is bounded open domain, then there exists a constant alpha ns such that this supremum of this quantity finite for alpha belonging to 0 to alpha ns. And they also prove that this supremum is finite for alpha is strictly greater than alpha ns star. Means there is another alpha ns star such that the supremum is finite. But what is still open, that whether alpha ns is same as alpha ns star or not. So as moreover there exists, I told you, alpha ns star greater than equal to alpha ns such that the supremum become infinity. And in 2018 even the Ruff and et al prove the explicit value of this alpha ns star, but this is still open whether alpha ns star is equal to alpha ns or not. And this M is Kirchhoff operator with satisfying the following condition, like M is continuous function. We satisfy the assumptions M1, M2 and M3. So I am considering one example. One can consider in journal MT is of this form, M0 plus AT of gamma minus 1, where M0 or A0 A is greater than equal to 0 and gamma is strictly greater than 1 such that M0 plus A is strictly positive. So one can easily see that this M is satisfying the condition M1 to M3. So here the Kirchhoff operator, we can talk about degenerate Kirchhoff operator or non-degenerate, which depends, like if M0 is 0, then it becomes the degenerate case. When if M0 is non-zero, then we call it non-degenerate. Similarly, the nonlinearity G is satisfying some assumptions which are given by Z1, G2, G3 and G4. And then G5. basically, and one of the example of this G is as hxt to the power mod t upon n minus s. Hxt is 0 if t is less than equal to 0, and t, it is like t to the power alpha plus gamma n by 2s minus 1 exponential of dt beta if t is positive. For some alpha and d lying between 0 to alpha ns and beta lying between 1 to n upon n minus. So one can easily see that this G verifies all the conditions. So the main result, we obtain the existence of non-negative and non-trivial solution in this case. So if the condition M1 to M3 and G1 to G5, these are whole, then we show that the problem M admits a non-negative, non-trivial solution. So the function space, we consider x naught as all those u in W s comma n by s of Rn, such that u is 0 and Rn minus omega with respect to this norm. And weak solution of function u belongs to x naught is the weak solution of this problem M if for every phi in x naught it satisfies this relation. And the energy function associated to that problem is given by this. So the integral, the each term is well defined. So the second term is well defined because of the Hardy-Littlewood-Sokolov inequalities. And one can easily see that it's fractional differentiable, and we identify critical point as the weak solution of this problem. So what are the key steps? First, we show that this function satisfied the mountain pass geometry. So it means that mountain pass geometry, we need to show j of 0 is 0, and out in the sum ball, inside that ball, it is taking positive value, and outside that, it is going to be negative. So in that case, we have like mountain type structure. So it means that it's satisfying mountain pass geometry. Then we define the min-max level, and we identify this critical level. The crucial thing is to prove this min-max level, the critical level. So, and we show that below this critical level, it satisfied the Fleischmann condition. And this we prove with the help of Moser functions. So these are the sequence of Moser function like in the local case. And we show that the so mountain pass geometry give you the existence of Fleischmann sequence. So once we have the Fleischmann sequence, we show that the energy function is bounded, and then we show that if it is a Fleischmann sequence, then we can find u such that uk converges to u weakly, and we can easily pass the limit. And then we show that it satisfied the Fleischmann condition at C star, and we show that yeah, there are many mathematical technical involved in this proving all these details, so that I have not added it here. So after that we show that it's a non-zero solution of the weak solution of the problem, such that j of e is equal to C star. And these are the references, and thank you so much.
Sarika, are there any questions from the audience?
Hi, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, Anu, please go ahead.
Yeah, Sarika. Okay, interesting operator. I just want to ask one question. So in one of your conditions, you required alpha ns equal to alpha ns star, right?
That condition is not required basically. Like as you know, in the local case, like in the n Laplacian or Laplacian case, there it is alpha ns is same as alpha ns star.
Okay.
But here,
yeah.
So, but here this is open.
No, but yeah, you go back to your, I think G5 or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
so
G5.
that is why we assume this condition here. So if alpha is not equal to that alpha n star, we show this level. We show this level, but if, because we know that whether alpha ns is alpha n star or not.
Yes,
so
if this happens,
so we assume this condition, otherwise we are able to show the existence of the psi function.
Okay, otherwise, okay, so if alpha is alpha and a star, so then this should hold, and otherwise,
We are
okay.
able to show this condition.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay, thank you.
Any other question or? No questions? I'm just checking the chat window. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Sarika.
Welcome.